Hi crafters, this is Crafty Savvy and I'm back today to do a little process video along with you. I'm a little late, very late apparently, to the whole snippet roll thing because I don't know why. I just never really sat down to actually create one sort of the way it was to be intended. I mean, I've done other projects before and things where I've sort of patched together pieces of fabric and such, but to actually put it in a roll so that I can easily use it for other things, I've never done. So I do realize that, you know, this has probably been going on since 2018. Some videos I've seen have been, you know, as long as from then, but I thought that I would give it a try anyways and show you my process, and maybe there's still one or two people out there who might appreciate watching this video and maybe get something from it. I guess the first thing that you are actually going to need are pieces of fabric or lace, or, you know, all of those little offcuts and snippety bits that we cut off of stuff and we don't necessarily want to throw away, but we keep, and sometimes we don't know why. But so I have a very large collection. Sorry about the glare, but this is like one of those the bags, clear bags that you get your sheets in. This is full to the brim with scraps of lace, you know, trims, little pieces that I've cut off from just about everything I've ever used. So it's full. So you don't have to have this much. You just use whatever you have. It started off a little tiny plastic container for me and then sort of graduated into where I needed to put it in a bag that your sheets come in. So there's that. The other thing that you're going to need is some sort of a backing material. And this is like a canvas. It's pretty thin, but you can use anything really. It's the back. Whatever you have is going to be good enough. I got some information from somebody on some video where she was using this Heat and Bond light. You have to get light because the other one it's way too sticky. This is Heat Bond Light, and it came in a roll like this. I just got it at Walmart. I think it was, here in Canada anyway, was about 11 bucks. So it comes on a big giant roll, and I've used a bunch already. And so essentially what I did was I took my piece of fabric and attached a piece of that Heat and Bond to the back of it. You just sort of iron it on really quick, and then when you pull the paper away, you end up with this film on there, and it's not sticky, but when you apply your pieces of fabric to it, and then so essentially your first layer of fabric, you go back to your iron and sort of press it down and it'll stick to it, so it reheats itself. So I thought that was great. So when I first start layering fabrics onto it, I still will use just a little bit of Fabri-Tac or something to sort of hold it in place until I get it to my iron, and then eventually get it to my sewing machine, and you don't have like bits flopping all over the place. So if I had one suggestion of anything that you might want to buy or purchase if you're gonna make some snippet rolls or even anything else, that Heat and Bond is really good. Heat and Bond Light. That's the other thing I wanted to tell you about that. So I just prepared a few strips for when I'm ready to go later on. So I decided to cut my strips into 4 inches wide. Yeah, it's 4, and then my rolls that I made are actually only 2 inches wide. So I fill the whole thing with my fabrics, get them the way I like it, and then before I sew around the entire edge of the piece, I cut it to 2. So I have 2 pieces. So so this one turned out the same as, that started off the same as this, where I had a 4-inch piece, and then I cut it down and I was able to sew it together and end up with a longer piece at 2 inches, if that makes any sense at all. So that's what I did. You don't have to. You could just actually start with a 2-inch piece if you'd like, or whatever size you want to make it. I just find 2 inches manageable for me and sort of the projects that I do. And the length doesn't really matter. This was the piece that I had. I could always join them together, or, so before we actually start putting one together, I'll just tell you a few other things that you might want to do. I've seen plain snippet rolls. I've seen, where people didn't embellish them at all, just fabric or lace, and that's great. I kind of got hooked on some that I saw that actually attached other elements sort of later on, and I'll show you what I mean. So if you want to do that, so I just actually took out my bin of, these are I guess all Tim Holtz, but Tim Holtz bits of stuff. It sort of just went through and found little pieces that I like collage bits, and just took out some smaller things here, numbers, butterflies. I'll probably attach a ball pin at some point, and then like this is a little Tim Holtz piece, and then I just backed it onto or just layered it onto a piece of fabric and did some stitching around, and same with these. And I'll show you how I attach these elements to my snippet roll. So this is the first one that I did. So this is the first time I've ever done this, really. But I really find it difficult. I kind of struggle, actually, with just putting things on and going to the machine and sewing them down. And I'm envious of people who can do that, because it turns out so beautifully, but I kind of panic a little because I don't know why. I need things to be sort of, I don't know, symmetrical. I'm not too sure what the problem is, but anyway, I just went into my bag of bits and pulled out sort of, I wanted this one to be more vintagey, sort of following the beiges and browns, which is probably the colors that we're going to do make together. The first layer was everything that is flat, and then I kind of built up with some extra trims and lace. So there you can see I attached a ball pin. So there's a Tim Holtz bit, and then added a button and a doily after the fact. So this is all sewed down. I have vintage laces in here. There's another Tim Holtz piece that I just layered up on a little bit of quilting fabric there. It's got a little dimension. There's buttons, lace, there's some pearl trim there. Some really pretty trim here. There's another Tim Holtz piece that I backed on some fabric. There's a little bling there, butterfly, and another doily. So I really love the way this one came out. Really pleased with my first try. And everything is sort of going up and down in this instance. So for my first try, I just felt more comfortable doing it that way. So really love it. So I want to make more, so make a big roll so I could use it for other projects. And then I thought, I was getting really tired last night. Yeah, unfortunately we got a little bit of bad news about my dad again. But I won't say too much more because I'll start crying. Anyway, so I was trying to distract myself, and I came down and I put a bunch of fabrics down just to see what would happen, sort of a little bit more haphazardly. And I didn't think that by the morning, once a little bit of the glue dried and stuff, I would like it at all, but I ended up really liking it a lot. It was actually really fun to do. So these are brighter colors. So there's a little bit of a Tim Holtz piece. So again, I just put down the flattest pieces and then let it dry. I ironed it down, and then I came back and I added some lace and that sort of thing. And then the elements too. This is a little flower I added after. And you can see all the different colors of fabric that I put in. And I just kind of put them all over the place. And I love the way it turned out. It doesn't have to be all perfect and neat, I figure. I'm really kind of pleased with it. Yeah. And there's a little ticket. Some flowers, some bling. And a little butterfly on the end. This is where I joined it, the two pieces, somewhere here. And so you can see my stitching at the back, but I tried to do it as neat as possible. Not that anybody's going to see it, but really all I did was I put 2 rows down the center, went around the entire thing with a zigzag stitch just so that it wouldn't fray too much. It still does a little depending on the fabrics that you use. So I thought maybe we could just around here a little bit. So you're just going to peel off that backing. And I already pulled out the colors that I'll put them here. So, oh, and another thing, just real quick. I just also separated like a little bag of like little elements that I could use, like decorative things that I showed you already. Aside from these pieces, you know, have rick-rack or whatever you call it, and then little pearls and little bows and things like little extras, accessories that you can add afterward. So sort of shiny, sticky side up here, we can start laying down a few things. I love this fabric. My fabric tack is almost out. So I have this other Aleene's Fabric Fusion. Sorry, I love her glue, but I don't love this stuff. It just gets attached to everything, but it's not, I don't know, it's gluey but not sticky all at the same time. Can't explain it, but it is what it is. So just need a couple of dots because it's just kind of to hold things in place until I can iron it. So the first piece, I'm just going to overhang everything because I cut it down later. So we'll just start with that. This is where I lose myself because I try to be too perfect, and you should be able to just put things down. Looking for something gold. So I don't overlap too much. I like to leave a gap just so that when you iron it down, it adheres to something. And then also I'll probably cover that with a piece of lace or something else. Yeah, so tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Can't believe how quick it came. I was lucky enough to score a week holidays here. So kind of needed it. Shopping's done, wrapping is done. Just a bit of cooking. It's just going to be me and my 3 guys. So we're not really big turkey people either. So I'll probably make chicken or a roast and a bit of ham. What can I put here? Let's see. What are you guys up to? What's everybody going to be doing? I know we can't really get together, so that stinks. Especially now when my mom and dad could probably use some family time. We all could. Yeah, so we just got some unfortunate news yesterday. It's still trying to sink in, but 4 years ago, my dad, went through the worst possible thing. Survived an operation that not many people survive. And so we're also grateful for that. And it's been doing pretty well for the last 4 years. And now, suddenly, it's back. Not the same cancer, but a different one. And now we just got to be positive and we got to be strong and just got to be there for him, that's all. Anyways, I didn't want this to be depressing. Okay, what can we put here? Maybe this. You can pretty much do this however you want. Like, at times I'll find that I'll lay things down and then I start layering as I go, and then, but other times I'll just lay, you know, the flat bits out. This one's a little yellow, but once you cover it up, I think, and like I said, you don't have to do strips like I'm doing up and down. You can put these sort of however you want to. This is a little bit of quilting fabric. Did I put glue on there? I did. We can go here. And like I said, this is kind of all overhanging, see? I'm going to cut it down after. My kids are very excited about Christmas this year, and you guys pretty much know that my kids are older. My son is, my oldest is 21, and then I have 18-year-old. That's different. This, is it too dark? But anyhow, you know, they have jobs, and my youngest is would like to become an electrician, so he's doing an apprenticeship, and he's doing pretty well, and made his own money this year, and was able to get himself a car, and I'm super proud of him. But he also did most of his own, I think this is too dark, did his own Christmas shopping. And he's so excited for Christmas because he did it himself. He can hardly wait for us to open presents. And I think that's just so sweet. He's such a good kid. They both are. But I'm actually pretty excited myself because I don't know about you mums, but how many years did you go through without really anything in your stocking? Except for maybe stuff that you put there yourself. I know I did for a while, and not that it mattered. It doesn't bother me, but you know, when they're young, you know. So my stocking was always a little bit. I was always the first one to be done, and we spend a lot of time opening our stockings. I'll make a hot drink in the morning, and then sort of just spend the time. But this year, my stocking is just about overflowing, and I don't know what could possibly be in there, but this is pretty excited that I actually have stuff in there, and I just think it's so sweet that he's still excited and that he did it himself. They both did, so I'm excited. I'm going to try not to let everything else get me down for now and then just enjoy the moment. I was talking to my sister, and she's 2 years younger than I am, but she started things a little later in life, and her kids are still fairly young. And they're all excited for Santa to come, and she's pulling out her hair, needless to say right now. She's going to be happy to see Elf on the Shelf go back to the North Pole, she said this morning, so I kind of got a good chuckle out of that. I didn't have Elf on the Shelf when my kids were younger, but it seems like a lot of fun. I watch on Facebook some of those crazy ideas and things that those little elves get up to. It's actually kind of funny. This could be after, let's see, one more. What else could we put on here? That's different. I don't know. Kind of similar. You know what? Whatever. We're just gonna stick it down. All right. So what we're gonna do now is I'm just gonna give this a quick press. Sorry, you might hear my iron there. I'm just gonna lay this down so I don't burn my mat. I won't burn myself on camera. That would be good. I'm just gonna lay this on here, and I know it kind of all blends in, but I'm just gonna give this a quick press so we can move on here. So you're not gonna spend a lot of time here because you don't want to burn anything, or you know. Actually, I think I'll just turn it around. Heed my own warning. And we just want it to those fabrics to stick a little better to that heat and bond. So now we're going to continue to build up kind of like the second layer maybe. This is where you can add pieces of lace. I'll put a tiny bit here. just enough to hold it so that you can take it to your sewing machine. Let's see, what other things? I have this scrunchy bit. We're just gonna lay some things out. I don't know. I can hear you screaming. Don't put that there. Oh, does that happen to you? I wanted, I was watching some videos and then someone's being kind of like me, you know, a little indecisive as to where to put things. It's putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, and then of course ends up putting it somewhere where I might not have put it, but nonetheless look beautiful. And then I'm screaming at the computer, don't put it there. So I'm sure that happens a lot. We all do it. Okay, put that there. You know what, I'm gonna cheat a tiny bit. I have my hot glue gun. I'm just gonna put that there. Just a little. I know because I learned from the last snippet roll that sometimes things just don't stick very well. But you don't want to use too much of that because you want to keep it pliable. So if you use too much glue gun, you might have a problem. So did I like that there? I think yes. I'm gonna go for it. So what have you guys used your snippet rolls for? I know maybe tying journals and things, but what else have you been using them? And have you made any? How many have you made? I know Paula Lemon, she's got a roll like she just kept on going and going and going, but she started a long time ago. I should have asked for a new glue gun from Santa this year. I go through them like water. Well, the last one kind of caught on fire. That doesn't count. Okay, that'll go like that, and then I'll just put a stitch down there. Whoops, am I even in frame? Okay. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see. I got these cute little flowers, and I have this beautiful lace. We can put... No, I'm not really happy about this, so we're just going to get rid of it for the moment. That. Like that. Oh, right, we have this. Oh, that might be good. There. Put that there. Okay, I like that. Let's see. Yep, we'll put that there. Okay, and what else? Oh, I have some netting. You could probably hardly see that. Where shall we put that? Maybe I'll just sort of bunch it up in one place, and then when we get there, eventually we can put something over it or a button. I don't want to put it in the middle because I know I'm going to cut down the middle. I'm going to put it right here. So I'll sew that carefully later. Maybe we can put that there. It's also a really good way to use up stuff that you haven't used in a while. Like I had rolls of this stuff, this and other things that, you know, you buy at the store and it's like, don't use it all the time. But now it comes in handy for other projects. How many years later? Well, I'm kind of okay with this. Let's see. Put that there. I'll put this right on the end here, or more or less on the end, so I can always sew it to attach it if I need to leave some room there. I would probably do that. That's probably another hint, is just leave a bit of room in case you want to sew one snippet piece to the next. Let's just put that on. Okay. Now that's it. What I'm going to do now is take this to my sewing machine, sew it just like I did here. I'll probably run a few stitches through the center, so 2 of them through the center all the way down, and then I'm going to sew across the edge, all along the edge of the whole thing, and then I'll stop and come back and show you how that looks, and then probably we'll trim it down, and we'll move on with a few more embellishments, okay? Okay guys, so I stopped here, so I got it all sewed up now. I went several times through the center, all the way across, just to secure everything on the front. And then I did that with sort of a zigzag stitch. And then I just, with a straight stitch, I went through almost every piece of something that was, that had to be stuck down. So every little trim or, you know, anything that I thought might lift up, I ran a straight stitch through all the way across. And I'm gonna love this one, you guys. It looks actually really good. I thought we would just do some trimming here, and then I'm gonna go back to the sewing machine and do all the stitching around the edges, and we'll come back and do some decorating, okay? So let me just trim all this down. There we go. So that's how it looks now. I mean, you could keep it like this wide, but like I said, it's a little bit more manageable for me if I cut it down the middle. So actually, that's what I think I'm going to do right now, is I'm just going to cut this down the middle. I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to eyeball it. There. I'm going to attach my 2 pieces together somewhere. I'm going to go back to the machine. I'm going to sew this together, and then I'm going to go around the entire thing with a stitch, and then we'll come back and we will decorate it. Okay guys, so I cut the piece in half and I sewed it together. There's the join right there. It's not the best, but that's the back. I went around the entire edge, and now that's all done. I really love the way it turned out. These are little ribbon bows that I got at probably a dollar store somewhere. They may or may not go, I don't know yet. Let's put a doily here. I'm just cleaning that up. Put this one on top. I could hand stitch those down. I could use the machine, or I could use my glue gun, and I choose my glue gun because it's quicker and easier now. Yeah, let's put some pearls where we put our ruffle here. Whoop. Okay, I didn't stitch around this, but I'm okay with that. Oops, I'm sorry. I think I keep going out of frame. I just ink up the edges a little bit more. There. I'm going to glue it down. Charlie. My dog's hilarious. He lays down in his bed the whole time I'm crafting. Doesn't make a peep. The second I start talking on camera, he starts nudging the garbage can and making kinds of noise. He's trying to get my attention because I think he might need to go out. But God forbid he should ask anybody else who's upstairs to help him. Right, Charlie? You just wait for Mom to do everything. Doesn't that sound familiar? Okay, that looks actually really cute there. Let's see. What else? What do these little bows look like? I actually like that on there. I don't know why I do. I just do. So I'm just going to put it on right there. They have a little bit of a puffy feel to them, so that looks cute. We got that. We have that. Let's put on one of these. Okay, we're not going to think about it too much. We're just going to do. That's cute. I have another little. We have our bulb pin. Charm says love. We'll just put that on there. Okay. And what else? We could do another. We have another one of these. It's going to cover up the whole ruffle. Okay, we have our little bit of ruffle here. What can we do with that? We have a butterfly. That's where that little bit of netting is. I don't know if you can see it, but that looks super cute. And okay, let's do that one. A little bit more glue. There. And let's see. Use a couple more buttons. Maybe there. I have glue all over my fingers. Okay, love buttons. Okay. All right, guys, so I think that's it for now. I might, play around still and put in a few more things here or there. Yes, Charlie, I'm coming in, okay? All right, so there you go. There's a finish. Well, like I said, I probably might add a few more things, but this is the one that we completed today, and I love it. I think it looks beautiful. So what starts off as kind of a mess turns into a beautiful snippet roll. So there you go, you guys. So I don't know if there's anybody out there still making snippet rolls, but maybe this helped a little, or maybe inspired you, give you some ideas. Okay, so that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope everybody's taking good care. Be safe and be well, and we will talk to you again soon with another video, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.